Zimmerman TV and Film Company in Washington has produced several documentaries on civil disobedience. Filmmaker Steve York says they have been shown around the world and translated into a number of languages, including Arabic.
People were using these films as training devices in their own nonviolent movements in their struggles against dictators and authoritarian or oppressive regimes.
York says one of the most popular films is one called Bringing Down a Dictator. It documents the nonviolent strategies used against former Yugoslavian President Slobodan Milosevic, who resigned after disputed election results in 2000. He was later arrested and tried for war crimes in The Hague, but died before the proceedings finished. Ivan Merovic, who is in York's film, was a leader in Otpor, the primary nonviolent movement against Milosevic.
When you raise the level of repression, the resistance goes up as well.
He was a university student who organized demonstrations. York Zimmerman hired Merovic to help create video games that show nonviolent strategies to help remove oppressive governments. The second and most recent game is People Power, the game of civil resistance. It contains fictional scenarios in which the leader of a nonviolent movement uses tactics such as street protests, strikes, and boycotts. Speaking to VOA by phone from Belgrade, Serbia, Merovic said people who play the game are likely to be young and educated.
The game allows you to see all the complexities of a political struggle and to kind of focus on all the nuances and all the details that are necessary in order to make the right move.
York says the video games are the first of their kind.
It became apparent to us that people who are engaged in nonviolent struggles in places, many countries around the world, simply didn't have materials that would help them learn the techniques.
Jack Duval, president of the International Center on Nonviolent Conflict in Washington, says the game is also being used in universities.
Hundreds of political scientists, sociologists, others at the undergraduate and the graduate level have actually embedded the use of these games in their normal curricula.
The People Power video game can only be downloaded from the internet. It costs $10, but York says people can get it for free if they cannot afford to pay for it. He says it has been downloaded in many places.
Latin America, Eastern Europe, parts of Asia, certainly Africa, and the Middle East.
People Power is currently available only in English, but York says it will soon also be available in Arabic, Farsi, Russian, and Spanish. Deborah Block, VOA News, Washington.